had a surprise. There's no court today. One of the jurors called out sick, and so basically court has been canceled for the day. I was so waiting, you know, so looking forward to hear what Brendan Paul had to say, but we're going to have to wait just a little bit longer because, like I said, court is out for the day. There is a problem with one of the jurors. They fell ill on their way here, so they didn't even bring the jury out. The judge just told us that we're done for the day, or whatever they call it, a sidebar, so the defense and prosecution could talk about it. So it is what it is. We got here early. I got here like an hour earlier than usual because I was so ready and wanted to make sure that I had my front row seat to hear Brendan Paul, and I didn't end up in the overflow room. So anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. It's not, you know, there's no court tomorrow because it's Juneteenth. We'll be here for half a day on Friday, 9 to 1. But it's a little disappointing. But of course, the juror fell ill, so that's something they couldn't help, unfortunately. So everybody's going home. Some people are a little disappointed because they spent money for line sitters, Uber rides, and all of that. And so, you know, hey, beloveds, how y'all doing? Okay, so I'm going to go live later when I get home. But like I said, there is no court today due to a juror falling ill on their way to the court. Okay, so they canceled court for today because this is somebody that they're saying that the prosecution really wants to be there. And so it's nothing going on today. Nothing going on today. So anyway, but of course, DC talking about we are oppressed. Yeah, it's not happening today, beloved. It's not happening. I mean, I was shocked because one juror falling sick, I thought we were still going to have it. You know, I thought they would still have court or whatever, but nope, everything's canceled. So we all stood in this long line for hours, only to be sent packing, okay? Oh, hell no, said that don't sound suspicious. I mean, I find it interesting. I'll just say that, okay? Armandia said, you are the best of the best. Thanks. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Listen, I appreciate all of you guys who support me, okay? For all of you who tune in, listen to my commentary, those of you who send cash apps, super chats, and all that. I appreciate you guys, and I really love my loyal royals because without you, there is no me. And I'm out here boots on the ground, you know, for you guys as well, okay? So with that all being said, how did Brendan Paul look? You are the best. Thank you, beloved. So he wasn't here today, but when he came in yesterday, he was wearing a dark suit. I think it was black. Could have been navy blue, but I think it was black. And he had this haircut. He was looking really clean cut. Like he's not about that life, okay? Like the stuff that he is supposed to have been doing for Diddy. Like he just was not the person who would be doing that, you know, that you wouldn't expect. He just looked like a college kid. I mean, he looks younger than he is to me, but he looks like a college kid, preppy type, and just somebody who's not about that street life. And that's why I told you all from day one, when he got arrested, he's going to be the first one to flip. Okay, so I knew this was coming. So, but yeah, he came in with his lawyers. He had 2 attorneys with him. And but I guess we'll have to wait and hear what he has to say on Friday. So now the case is going to be a little delayed because remember, the prosecution was saying that they would probably rest today, no later than Friday. So now, since there's a delay, they may not rest until Monday because Friday's a half a day. We're not here tomorrow. And then the defense said they're going to need 2 to 5 days to get their witnesses out there. So it's going to be a little bit longer than we expected, but I'm still anxious to see or hear what Brendan Paul is going to say once he takes that stand. So anyway, like I said, he better not disappoint, says Sheila. I don't think he will. I think he knows where all the bones are buried. I think he's going to spill a whole lot of tea. But I'm still concerned about where is Christina Coram. She wasn't called for the prosecution. She definitely isn't going to be called for the defense, I don't think. So where is this woman? You know, I'm wondering if they're not going to sometime in the future bring her up on charges herself, because she was Diddy's right-hand woman. She was party to all the crimes as far as I'm concerned, if we're going by the testimony and the evidence that's been presented. Okay, a lot of the evidence in those text messages and stuff were found on her devices specifically. So she should be sitting right next to the diddler as far as I'm concerned. But the fact that she wasn't even called to testify is interesting. Okay, and I think that the prosecution likely didn't call her because they couldn't trust what she would get up there and say perhaps. And the defense likely isn't going to call her for the same reason. Okay, Do you think KK will be charged? She should be. I think that possibly. There's definitely a possibility. There's been some speculation by those of us who've been talking amongst ourselves that they may, in fact, bring her up at a future date, bring her up on charges herself. I absolutely think that she should be, because right now she's just an unindicted co-conspirator. Her and D-Rock, in my opinion. Okay? And by the way, Miss Combs just showed up right before they announced that court was going to be adjourned for the day. Should Cassie be sitting there too? I wouldn't say that Cassie should be sitting there. No, I wouldn't say that Cassie should be sitting there. I think that Cassie was a victim, but I also think that people have to take accountability for putting themselves in dangerous situations. Okay, that's what I think. KK seems like the Glade. Yep, absolutely. All right, see y'all. Okay, so listen, I'm about to get out of here, you guys. Love you all to life, and I will talk to you all later. I will be going live, okay? Peace.